Hello, my peoples. It is Sunday, February 27th, 2022. A late check-in. Today has been a very strange day, a very unusual day. Yesterday, I posted that we were on top of the Stratosphere. We were on our way home from St. George back to Phoenix. On the way home, I'm like, hey, let's stop at the Stratosphere and go see. It's a really cool view from the top of the Stratosphere. And then on the top of the Stratosphere, there's a ride where they strap you in and then they blast you up, like just straight up. It's called the Big Shot. But I guess you have to have a reservation to do that, and we didn't have a reservation, but we could still go up to the viewing area and just see. It's really, really cool. And so as we were leaving, we're driving out on the strip, heading out of town, and we see up on a billboard like Bruno Mars is in town. He's got a residency in Vegas. And so I'm an MGM player. I've got the player's card. Just there's so many casinos in Vegas owned by MGM that you get points and things like that for playing there, staying there, eating there, shopping there, whatever. So I called to see if we can get a free room. We did have a free room, but all the free rooms were taken for that night. And so then we started seeing on availability for the show, and there were still tickets available. And so we just bought 4 tickets, ended up going to Bruno Mars, having the time of our life. It was a super, super blast. Vegas is pretty much happening again. I mean, there really were no signs of 2020 coronavirus in town. I mean, there was a hockey game going on. It was sold out. People wearing hockey, the night stuff everywhere. Bruno Mars was sold out or dang real close to it. I think there was some other things going on too, but a lot of tables had action. It just a lot of people, but not wall-to-wall people like sometimes in Las Vegas. But it was just a really good time. We ended up eating at the restaurant. That it barely opened by the meme guy that does that salt thing but he's a chef in his restaurant. The food was phenomenal. The girls got their picture taken with him. And I mean, everything was just rolling our way last night. Like the table we got in the restaurant was, if that place was empty and they would have said, where would you want to sit? The table that we sat at was exactly where I would have wanted to sit. Just my back to the wall, seeing the whole restaurant, and they've got a huge circle as a bar right in the middle. It's really cool, all lit up, really cool chandeliers and lighting. It's all this really cool art deco and interior decorating. And we went to the show, which was phenomenal. But before we went to the show, we were at New York, because it's right in that area, kind of hanging out, and Michelle and Emery went to use the bathroom. I'm like, oh, hey, we'll see you. We're going up to the tables. I was gonna maybe play $100 on roulette. And I'm like, hey, Pay, come with me. And so I go up to the roulette table, scope out the one. I'm kind of teaching Pay what to look for. You gotta have a friendly dealer. Like if there's a dealer that's vibing that they don't want you to win, like I do not want to play with that dealer. So if they're old or grumpy or just are throwing vibe, like they work for the casino, then like they're gonna treat like it's their money, because it's not their money. Then I am not playing with them. So there was a really cool guy spinning for roulette, and I'm like, oh, this is the table. So I sit down. I always bet black 17, black 20, right in the middle of them. I put money down, $25 in between them, $50, whatever it was. And the guy to my left goes, oh, my brother's been playing black 20 all night. It hasn't hit. It's driving him crazy. He's probably into it. $500, $600. And I'm like, oh, that's going to change right now, man. I'm just like being pretty confident. And he's like, he yells over and he's like, hey, Sean, this guy says that number 20 is going to hit. And so unknowing to me, the dealer drops the wheel, spins it. This guy's over at a slot machine right behind us, and I'm like, yeah, it's gonna hit. And so he's like, hey, put $100 on block 20. And right as he gets up to the table, the dealer goes, no more bets. And it drops, doesn't hit. So that guy did not bet. Sean and his brother did not bet on block 20. So Michelle and Emery kind of walk up, and I'm like, we got to go anyway, so I'll just go. And he's like, and so this guy's brother, not Sean, was like, no, just do it one more time. Just play it one more time. Like, this is good. And so I'm like, all right. And so I put all of my money on between 17, 20. This guy bets $100. His brother probably bet $50. And then there's a husband-wife couple to my right, and they look like they've been playing for a while. He's like, if you guys are rolling 17, 20, then I'll join you. He puts like $25 in between them. And I go to the dealer and I'm like, hey, one of these $5 chips is for you, dealer. And so the dealer gets all excited. Yeah, let's do 17, 20. And then I hear pay. She goes, yeah, let's go 17, 20. So everybody is thinking 17, 20. Bam, it hits. And of course I go ballistic. I go crazy. It was just an awesome, awesome night. Ate awesome food. Saw an awesome concert. Hit my number. Just had a blast. Everything's falling in place. Like, it was just a really, really magical day. And the whole time I'm just thinking, thank you, 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 because I was literally living within a manifesting a dream coming true. Like, I didn't know earlier that morning we were going to end up seeing Bruno Mars that night, end up gambling a little bit, end up having a phenomenal 5-star meal, whatever. But man, God is good. Like, just rolled out the red carpet and we just stepped into every opportunity, everything that presented itself to us. We just said yes. We just said yes and had an adventure. And it was an adventure that I know I'll never forget. I hope my girls never forget it. Michelle and I have done it a few times, but my girls got to experience Las Vegas in that way for the first time. And then after the show, we boogied, and like a champion, Michelle drove home all night. She wouldn't let me drive, and she drove home. We got home about 5 a.m. this morning, and so everybody kind of slept late and been kind of lazing around all day, and now it's 8:45. I'm just starting to do some chart work and catch up on email from Friday. And so we've had a pretty whirlwind 48 hours, 72 hours, but it's been a lot of fun and very exciting and just full of possibility. And so I hope that you guys get to have a fun night and get to experience saying yes to things that present themselves to you. So if something presents itself to you, say yes, because you don't know what it could lead to. It could lead to something better. It could lead to something more fun. It could lead to even just better than you could imagine. Like yesterday, I got off the freeway thinking the Stratosphere, going ride the big shot like my brother and I did in 1997. Like, that was going to be the highlight of the trip. I was way wrong on that little pit stop. So, it just tells me that I need to continue to be open to possibilities, continue to look for ways to just participate in life, make it interesting, say yes. If I'm tired a little bit, like, it's worth it to be tired, to make memories like that last forever. They last forever. So make it interesting. Have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow.